Hey there, ladies and gents. It is Twanya Jean here, and today I want to give a shout out to some fellow YouTubers. They're up and coming, just like I am. I want to give a shout out to those YouTubers, and I also want to discuss my experience with COVID. So first, let me go ahead and give a big shout out to some of my fellow YouTubers. First, I'm going to start off with The Rose Life. She actually started a movement to help smaller YouTubers get noticed on this platform. She initiated a movement to where we can collaborate so that we all have the opportunity to grow on YouTube. Because, a lot of times with YouTube, some of the bigger YouTubers, they want you to pay for shout outs and stuff like that. So us smaller YouTubers are trying to just come together to where we're not paying someone hundreds of dollars for a shout out, but we're just using each other's platform to kind of show each other support. And some people who watch my channel may not watch their channel. They probably don't know anything about some other channels. So I give them a shout out. That gets them a little bit of recognition. And then some of my followers might head over there and be like, hey, I'm interested in DIYs or Dollar Tree hauls or something like that. So then they end up, kind of exploring what else is, what other upcoming YouTubers are out there that they might be interested in. So that's why I wanted to give a shout out to The Rose Life here on YouTube. So you can check out her hashtag Gain Plus Share. That's the whole movement. That's the name of the movement. But like I said, it's called hashtag Gain Plus Share. I also want to give a shout out to This and That with Michelle. She does hauls, crafts, and Happy Mail. So check her out if you get the opportunity to. The next shout out goes to Bargain Mama. Her name is Amy. She does some bargain shopping, motherhood. She talks about her experience with lupus. So, if any of you have lupus or a family member that has lupus, that may be a good channel for you to check out because she battles that as well. And she also enjoys doing hauls. I love her hauls too. Alrighty, let's see who's next on my list. Number 4 is Shanicia K. Love her videos. So she does hauls. She does like Dollar Tree hauls, Dollar General hauls, all that good stuff. She does challenges with her family, and she also loves to do the Shein hauls where you order clothes from Shein. When they come in, you kind of try them on and explain what you bought. And my last shout out of the day goes to Creative Chica. Oh my God, her personality is just so contagious. You know what I mean? Great personality. She does DIYs. She does Dollar Tree hauls, and she also does a lot of crafts. So want to give a shout out to them ladies. I'll run through the names again. Number 1, The Rose Life. Number 2, This and That with Michelle. Number 3, Bargain Mama. And number 4, Shanicia K. And number 5, Creative Chicas. So if y'all get the opportunity, go ahead and over to their channels, check out what they have to offer. And, you might become a new subby over there. But anyway, so let's go ahead and dive into what I wanted to discuss. So, some of you may have noticed like my voice sounded different. I sounded sick. And I may in some videos had not been like my bubbly self. And it was because I did contract COVID. Yes, I did. So, and even now, like if I talk a lot, I feel like I have shortness of breath. I still feel like my shortness of breath has not totally gone away. But I noticed, I want to say it was a few days after Christmas. I got a really bad fever. I have really bad body aches, fever, body aches, nausea. I even had diarrhea, you guys. I know, TMI. It honestly, it felt like I had the flu, a respiratory infection, and a stomach virus, like all at the same time. Like I had so many symptoms going on. I just couldn't even wrap my head around it. you know, and I was keeping in contact with my doctor and stuff like that. But, you know, these doctor's office, they don't want to be overwhelmed with, you know, people coming in there, because I guess there's so many people catching COVID that, you know, they don't want to overwhelm doctor's offices. They don't want to overwhelm, what do you call them? The urgent care places and stuff like that. And I totally get it. I didn't think I would end up in the hospital, which, knock on wood, thankfully I did not. But I did have a little scare when it came down to my breathing. So I was taking Tylenol cold and flu, Mucinex, vitamin D3, zinc, and something else. I cannot think right now. My mind went blank. But I was taking a lot of stuff, and Robitussin. So I was kind of swapping everything out, you know, moving things around, taking vitamins, drinking plenty of liquids, and you don't really have an appetite to where you really want to eat. But I was taking so much medication because I was just trying to get better. And let me go back. When I said that the bad part was, the worst part for me, I would have to say, was the body aches and just feeling fatigued. Like I had no energy whatsoever. And then with my fever, I couldn't even get rid of the fever. It was like I would get rid of it for a couple days and the fever would come right back. I mean, it was a mild fever. My fever never got over 102. So I was like, darn, why, you know, my fever keeps coming back. Now, the first 2 days of having the fever, I didn't take any medication. I didn't take any fever reducers, because I feel like a fever is your body's natural defense to be able to burn the virus out of your system. So I did want to keep the fever for a little bit so that my body had the opportunity to, you know, do what it needed to do to try to fight this virus off. Now, when it comes to the breathing part of it, oh my God, now I see why doctors are like, you know, it affects some people's respiratory and their lungs and all that stuff, which it does. Just like I said, now just talking for long periods of time, I get winded, and I never had that issue before, but you know, it just takes a lot out of you. So what I would advise a lot of people to get, which I had ordered mine on Amazon, is if you do not have one, please order one today. It is the oximeter, this little digital thing here. I think mine was $22 or something like that. Please, please, please buy one of these if you don't have one, because this thing here can help monitor your heart rate as well as your oxygen. All you do, I'll show you guys. And look, when I tell you I'm literally out of breath just doing this video, I'm out of breath. Like I'm not even running or you know, I'm just talking. But COVID literally just takes the life rate out of you. I mean, I tested 3 times and 3 of my test results was positive. I tested again last week. That test was negative. So I am, you know, I'm testing negative now. All right, so I'm going to show you guys this little pulse oximeter. But you just turn it on. It looks like that. And then you take your finger. But it's weird. You want to kind of make sure your finger is like room temperature. Well, that sounds crazy. But you don't want it too cold or too hot because it's sensitive on this little thing. But I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you. Just turn it on. I hope my finger isn't too cold. And you put your finger in it. And I don't know if I can hold it up if it'll still work. And see how it's you know, so it's saying my oxygen is 94 and my heart rate is 106. But yeah, this is such a good device to have to check your breathing. I kid you not. So I advise everyone, if you do not have one, check your local drugstore or order one right off Amazon, because Even now, even though I'm testing negative, I still check my oxygen. Because like I said, I still feel winded. I still have that shortness of breath. I don't know how long that lasts. I honestly don't. But that was my experience with COVID. And I'm not going to get into all the stuff about, like who's vaccinated, who's not vaccinated. That's not my prerogative. What you choose to do with your body is your business. Okay? It doesn't bother me if you are vaccinated or if you aren't vaccinated. I am not one of those type of people who is going to judge you based on whether or not you are vaccinated or not. That is your body. That is the decision you have to make based on what you think is best for you. Okay? So I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there. I'm just letting you guys know, my experience with it, the different things I was taking to try to alleviate some of the symptoms. With the whole oxygen thing, I had to go outside several times a day just to breathe in fresh air because my oxygen had got low. My oxygen got down to 85. And I just kept going outside like every hour, taking in fresh air, coming back in, so it was a mess. It really, really was. It was definitely an experience. But now I feel like, I learned a lot more, because other family members ended up getting it and stuff like that. So I kind of knew what to do, what to expect and stuff like that. But it was definitely a challenge. So if any of you have had COVID or you think you might have COVID, like I said, make sure you're taking, something to thin the mucus, Mucinex, Robitussin. I know for me, I like the Tylenol cold and flu to help with because to me, COVID, some of the symptoms kind of mimic having the flu. So I did like the cold and flu for that. The body aches, oh God. I mean, you can switch out Motrin and Tylenol. But remember, the fever, when you get a fever, that is your body's natural way of trying to burn this virus out of your system. So a fever isn't always bad. Your body knows what it's doing. Now, I know that some people have had a more severe symptoms from contracting COVID. And I'm sorry for those of you who have lost loved ones due to it. But you also, you also have to keep in mind everyone's body is different. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's body is not going to react the same way. You know what I mean? Especially if you have other underlying conditions, high blood pressure, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's also something you have to consider, and just really, make sure you guys are just prepared at least. I mean, I know it's kind of like hard to prepare, for something that you've never experienced before. But what I mean by prepared is just make sure you have certain medications on hand, certain vitamins on hand. Like I said, the vitamins I took were the D3, the vitamin D3, because that helps with your immune system, building your immune system. Another one I forgot that we do have is vitamin C. So you want to take your vitamin C, you want to take your zinc. Also, as far as medicine, I did the cold and flu, the Mucinex. Another thing I should have told you guys to take is an H2 blocker. I had this terrible nausea, upset stomach. I can't even explain it. Like I said, felt like I had 3 different things going on at one time. Another good thing to take along with it is H2 blockers like Pepcid AC or Zantac or something like that, because that actually helped with, for me, it helped with that nausea and upset stomach feeling. So I took that as well. I know it seems like a lot of medication, but I'm just telling you what worked for me. So I don't want to keep rambling, but I did want to inform you guys. Some of you probably were like, girl, we knew you had COVID or something, because, you know, I just wasn't my regular self. So I did want to tell you guys my experience with it. Thank God, you know, the worst part of it is done and over with. But I just thank God that it wasn't more severe than what it could have been. I'm still just, you know, taking life easy, or trying my best to. I am currently working from home, and I thank God for that. It's like working from home came at the perfect time for me right now, because I still feel like, you know, I don't want to overdo it, because, you know, that was a lot of work for my body to fight through, you know, COVID. And I was sick. I was pretty sick. But I feel a lot better. So mainly, you guys, just make sure, you know, you're sanitizing, you're washing your hands. Try to minimize being in crowded places. You know, wear your face mask as much as you possibly can. And make sure you go out and get one of these oximeters. No, this is not a sponsored video. I wish it was. But this could save your life. This could be a matter of life and death, knowing what your oxygen is. So definitely, if you can afford one, please, I can't stress this enough, get you an oximeter. Okay, get you an oximeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. You guys stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you on my next video. I love you guys so much. I appreciate all the love and support, all the comments, all the likes and stuff like that. I mean, if I could hug y'all in person, I would hug you, but I don't want to get, you know, I'm trying to watch my distance here. So, but I thank you guys so much for the continued love and support. It's just greatly appreciated. It really is. You know, I'm a small YouTuber, but to see y'all commenting on my videos and just showing love, that means a whole lot. So I want you guys to know I appreciate y'all so much. All right, but in the meantime, I want y'all to take care, stay safe, and I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all in my next video. Bye.